welcome this very small and select group. Ben, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm off Telebox. Yeah, I do YouTube reviews, various different things, but majority of my reviews are based around Transformers, so which are good. Yes.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah! Okay, so let's do stupid questions as warm up. Are you an Autobot or a Decepticon?
I am an Autobot.
Okay, how many points of articulation have you got?
Approximately 32. So.
But a couple of them you wouldn't risk because of QC issues, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
And what accessories do you come with?
A mace and a sword.
Okay, right, so we are Transformers geeks. We are here spending way too much money on bits of plastic. Why do we do this?
My wife asks me that question every day. To be honest with you, I have a very long-winded reason I collect. It's kind of solemn, so I don't know if we really want to go back in 2007, I got diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I was treated in the Priory in Chelmsford for 6 weeks with cognitive eye therapy, which is EMDR. And it worked. It was a brilliant treatment. It's almost like a form of hypnosis with a little blue LED flashing along, like Kit's cousin. But as a side effect, then basically it helps you store memories that are bouncing around in your brain. It helps you organise them and put them on like a bookshelf. And as a side effect, I actually regressed and I suddenly was really interested in all of my childhood toys, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but then it became very therapeutic to start like messing about with them and reviewing them, and my wife and my family were like, yeah, just do it, just go and do something. And there was already some really established like reviewers on there at the time, and we had the Brick guys, we had like Ray was there, we had Simon, we had Dave, just the older Brick, and I used to love watching those, Brad as well, and I loved the entertainment level, and it just kind of inspired me. So through therapy and other things, we now have BensCollectables, where I talk about toys and beards. So it's just expanded.
Okay, so what actually made you sort of go from, okay, I'm going to be collecting toys, to I'm going to be collecting toys and telling other people about them?
Just because I have way too much passion in my. I'm like a big kid in my videos, and I get overly excited, and I'm really enthusiastic. People ask me why I don't slag off a figure, or I don't talk badly about it. I'll only buy figures that I want and that I really like, and I try to find bad points. I'm a big kid, and I get excited, but if I can help somebody, like I started off, I can't read instructions at all. The third party instructions, in my opinion, are terrible. They're not brilliant. So I'm not Alex. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We know who these guys are.
So I started watching videos like Evangelists or Pure Octobotomus, where they show parts of the transformation, and I'm a visual learner. I see something, I can pick it up if I watch it. If it's written down, I can't. I'm not great. And I just thought maybe I could incorporate that with my videos as well and help others. And it just kind of, and now when I'm transforming my own stuff, I can't remember how to do it. I can just go back
and watch.
Yeah.
So what was the first toy you actually sort of said, okay, I'm going to put this on camera and do the review?
I started off with, I had a couple of Megazords, I think, that I got from mums, but it was the Brave series. I started off with like the Great Gold Run, and I mean, if nobody's ever heard of Braves, we had like the three/4 extra seasons of Transformers in Japan, and then they then went on a slight tangent and they thought, oh, transforming robots, they seem to be selling quite well. And they gave us 8 or 9 different series of Braves, some of which we had repaints. There's Sky Gary got a repaint in there as well. There was various different ones, and I really liked them because they were big, chunky plastic, like comparative to like Star Saber and Power Master Prime. And they're the sort of ones I used to like as a kid. I used to like really big, robust one. You could bludgeon somebody with them, and not that I did. You know, I was quite well behaved as a child. I kind of started off just doing those, but they were just pictorial things. That's when I was then just finishing my treatment. I was starting off with these figures, and I was just doing pictorial reviews, taking loads of pictures, and then people were saying, "Oh, could you actually take pictures of them? Could you just talk about them a little bit?" And yeah, it kind of spiraled.
Okay. So if you go back to like your first video reviews, can you actually watch them and go, okay, I can see I've got my skill better now, or do you just say, I don't want to watch
I can't watch them. No, I dislike watching anything I do. Now, the editing is the hardest part of my videos because I have to listen to myself.
Yeah.
I can't stand the sound of my own voice, and it's very Radio 4, but I mean, my son likes some of the figures I've got. He likes Transformers. He likes like gaming and stuff like that. So he's often got like YouTube on. He'll listen to like Stampy and people like that. And then he'll watch some of my videos, and I'll come in and I'll be on the telly on like 1080p, and that's no.
Okay, so what's been your favourite thing to do the review of?
That's a tough one. At the moment, I want to say Leonidas. It caught me off guard because I didn't watch Beast Wars originally, but then I've gone back and I've seen parts of it and everything. And then he intrigued me, and then he popped up again in Beast Wars Neo briefly. They just found him. He'd gone missing and they found him. Nothing to do with plot holes, and they just wanted to plug them. But and I saw it and I ordered it. I took a chance because I love the fact that what they did to Warden, Perfect Effects, done a really good job with Warden. I was really impressed. Still one of my biggest regrets selling him, but needs must. And yeah, he arrived, and it's I've told loads of people here that it's not the best Transformer ever, but it's a high definition action figure, and you can play with it. You can get him in ridiculous poses. He can do like the whole Iron Man landing pose, and
cool.
It's a glorious figure. We're blessed as a fandom. You get people moan and groan that third-party companies aren't doing this, aren't doing that. We have so much choice now, considering we're grown men and women collecting what are in essence toys. We're really lucky.
Yeah.
You've got so many third parties now. You had like Fans Project started it off, I think, realistically with like the City Commander, but now we have like X-Trans. We've got Fans Toys, Maker Toys. Who else? Bad Cube. They're all doing high-end masterpiece style figures, and I think we've got people like Fans Toys to thank for setting a high bar. But it's hard to pick out individuals these days because they are all really good. I mean, nearly every single third party I've worked with have had QC issues at some point in time, and it just seems that some people will hold a grudge against other companies more than they do others.
I mean, a lot of these companies, they're quite small fan groups to start with, and then they're going out to factories and say, we've got this thing, can you make it? And there's not a factory that will turn around and say no. Basically everyone's going to say, yeah, we can do that, we hope. I think Fans Project actually like swapped factories 3 times through the production run of City Commander.
Yeah, they seem to have done alright for themselves. I think they've done okay.
Okay, so is there anything that, I mean, obviously you said that you were collecting first and then going to the videos. Is there anything you've ever looked at and said, I'm not actually sure that that's something I want in my collection, but I should really do a review of it?
Not really. I mean, sometimes I get sent things as an in-between. Like recently I reviewed the Fans Toys Grenadier, it came via me. They wanted me to give my opinion, and I give them feedback, which I did, and then I forwarded it on to Maz, who was doing the photo shoot for it, and then it goes elsewhere as well. But I mean, generally I'll get stuff come in and out like that, but the majority of the time I then buy it. So yeah, okay. I had the Bad Cube Insecticons, and I absolutely love them, and they are fantastic figures. And I always liked the idea of having an army build of Insecticons, and I thought, okay, maybe then the Fans Toys ones came past me, and it's like, okay, just Grenadier. I thought, no, I mean they are really good, because they are getting better and better, but they're not cheap. No third party product is cheap. But I'm just a sucker for.
Yeah, but we'll sum up, but we will get on to that. So is there anything on the horizon that you are really looking forward to?
Oh, possibly. I mean, I've probably got a few bits on the way. I've got the Doctor Wu add-ons for Combiner Wars Devastator. I should have the X2 toys add-ons for Devastator. Probably the Perfect Effects add-ons for Devastator. So I should have like 2 or 3 Devastators. But no, there's like Takara. We've got Trax. We've got Ironhide coming. Whether you like the diaper that he's wearing or not, I think people are going to buy third-party products, I think, at the moment, until Takara release a version of it themselves, and I think people are just filling gaps a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm really looking forward to just seeing what Takara and that can do. I think they're giving fans a lot. I'm looking forward to Optimus Primal, where when he comes, they're doing Optimus Primal. I'm really looking forward to that, because he can stand next to my Leonidas, so that'll be good.
Cool. Right, so talk us through actually, between putting your hands on the toy that you're going to review and hitting publish.
Right.
What's your process like?
Right, the toys arrived. I've already done the what's in the box post on Facebook, because apparently everybody has to do those now. I just post a picture of a cardboard box and say what's in it. Open up the toy. Already at that point I'm getting messages saying, when's the review up? I won't put a review of a figure up for at least a day, maybe 2 afterwards, because I want to put the figure through its paces. I want to see if I stand it in a pose for like 10-15 minutes, it's going to collapse in a horrible mess. I just mess about with it. It's, at the end of the day, I do YouTube as a part-time thing. I've got a full-time job. I've got a 6-year-old boy. I've got a wife. I've got a house to clean, and I fit it in where I can. But I put it through the pace. So say we're a day and a half down the line. I've had the toy. I really like it. Or I really don't. I then script out roughly. I say roughly script. Most of the time I blag it, but I script out what I want to cover. I mean, by now I've been doing it properly for about 2.5, 3 years, and you kind of know which points you need to cover. But it's just practice and practice. But I go through. I'm filming, covering the points I want to cover. I do all of my filming on an iPhone. There's people out there, they spend thousands and thousands on recording equipment, but these days your basic cell phone's going to get you a fairly good picture. Most of them record at full 1080p now. I can record 4K, but YouTube doesn't really. It takes about an hour or so to longer to process, at least, doesn't it? So you can do everything on your phones. You get editing software on there. I use Movie Maker Pro, I think it is, to record my videos, because you can pause. You have a pause, which you don't get on many of the other apps. iMovie to do the editing, and that's the most time-consuming part. Some of the reviewers out there, they don't edit. They'll just upload a live, pretty much, in essence, a live review of but things are getting knocked over, lights are falling down. I want the video to be about the figure. I don't want people to be distracted by the background noise, and I edit it. Editing can take anywhere between half an hour to 2.5 hours, maybe more. yeah, then by the time we've done that, I then have to go back and rewatch the whole video again, which is the most cringeworthy
bit. Awful bit, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I think, right, I think I can publish this. Then you have to work out which tags to include, what to put in the description. Obviously, if I'm acting as a go-between for various companies, if like somebody said, send me something which I then have to forward on, I'll give credit to the company that sent it by then copying their links, posting those in, and then we hit upload, and then we have to wait about a day for YouTube to process. But that's pretty much the process.
So obviously all Transformers fans here, but you and I have also got a love of the new Chinese Sentai series, stuff like Saber and Robo Valor.
Yes, yeah.
Are you just loving the toys, or are you watching the series as well?
At the moment, I'm just liking the toys. It's China are renowned for borrowing other people's designs, which is crazy, really, because if ever you guys get a chance to just watch any of my Giant Saver reviews, I mean, by all means, just skip through them. But the way things are actually constructed, and they put Bandai to shame. Some of these toys, they are literally solid as a rock, and the transformations are really, really good, and they don't look all clustered, and they look fantastic. You get like Bandai with their Sentais, and they come over here, and you got Bandai US doing the Power Rangers, but these ones are just being made by Chinese designers, and you can see why they're spreading worldwide, because they're different and they're fantastic.
Well, like in France, you have to have like a certain amount of TV hours in French. You can't just import foreign stuff. In China, you have to have domestic programming between 6 o'clock in the afternoon, no, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and 9 o'clock at night. So a lot more money is being like spent on the production stuff there. And the series are great.
I mean, I have seen some of the episodes. They kind of remind me of the way they're filmed. They're very much like I used to watch is it Kamen Rider now, isn't it? Yeah, and VR Troopers and stuff like that. And we are VR. Gosh, show my age. I feel really old. But yeah, they kind of remind me of that sort of production quality. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. They don't rely heavily on special effects, and they're fairly well scripted. I don't understand the language, but you can watch them with subs, and they're pretty good. So
yeah, the toys are fun.
The toys are extremely fun. They really are. Big, chunky, but really, really good. Really good.
And so we both get those from Paul over at Sir Toys.
Yeah.
As we also get a lot of knockoff stuff.
Yeah.
Now I know there are certain people in this audience who are not particularly friendly towards knockoffs. You. that would be the video there. But yeah, so what's your overall opinion on them?
A lot of people will buy knockoff things for fodder and customising, and which I don't have anything against, but I mean, they are ripping off other people's designs, and let's face it, I mean, these people aren't going to be getting any money from it. Was it Tasaka Tony or something now doing the masterpiece figures? I've had knockoff masterpiece figures before, but I've always bought the Takara one. At the end of the day, people are more than happy to go and spend £20 buying a knockoff masterpiece figure, but that knockoff masterpiece figure wouldn't exist if we weren't buying the Takara. You need to buy the official one, because we need to pay the Takara designers. They've earned the right to. I mean, people. I've had a large debate with people saying that people say that third-party figures are knockoffs, and that you tell somebody that can get extremely heated. Surely that's just somebody using their creative. They're taking somebody's character, aren't they? And we all know who the characters are when they like DX9's Carrie. It's blatantly Rodimus. He looks just like Rodimus. He happens to turn into a Winnebago. You know, it's coincidence, but there's a difference, isn't there, with using if you're creative writers or doing that, they're just blatantly ripping off somebody's design. So each to their own. Support the originals.
Woo! Okay, so where do you want to go next with your channel?
Canada. No. No. I just want to build on what I've got. It's 3 years ago. I had like 100 subscribers, and I think I checked this morning. I'm just shy of 15,000, and that's crazy. You can go into like your stats, and I think I'm getting about 146,000 views a month, and there's like that many people listening to my voice. That's just, it's insane. People say, "Oh, I watch you instead of," or I don't want that. I've got nothing but respect for the guys that have been doing it, and they've done it years, and they've got good subscribers, and they earn a living off it. I'd love to finally, get established enough to be able to earn revenue off it to live off. I don't know if people know how YouTube works. When you get, I think most people can monetize the videos now. I think they used to have to be part of a partnership program with YouTube, but now generally most people can earn money off YouTube. You upload your videos, and there's a box you tick which is monetize. And whenever you watch somebody's video, you'll get the Google ads or something pop up at the beginning saying something completely irrelevant about the toy. It's like, oh, you want to buy a house in Sweden, or something. Those adverts are what give YouTube their revenue. They earn a lot off the advertising. And when you become a partner or you monetize your videos, you get a small fraction of the revenue earned. Say like they watch one of the ads, you may earn a penny or something off it. But if people then click the ad and go onto the website, you may earn 10p, 20p, some of them, the banks, maybe £1, something like that. And obviously the general rule of thumb is the more subscribers you're getting, the more views you're getting, the more possibilities that somebody's going to click the adverts or watch the adverts. So you can earn money off it. And some of the guys, the Transformer guys in America, they earn say $2,000-3,000 a month, which is more than enough to live off. I mean, some of the gaming guys, you get, who do we have? Dan TDM, Diamond Minecart.
Yeah.
He earned
PewDiePie.
I mean, they earned like 8 million last year off what is in essence playing games for people. I mean, that's insane. If I can earn enough just to contribute towards the mortgage, I think I'll be more than content enough with that. That's where I'd like to go. BensCollectables.com is growing. I'm loving the photography side of things at the moment. The beard blog is taken off. So, you won't jest. I'll still be doing that when it's no longer hip. And I just want to. It's a nice steady rate at the moment. Generally, I don't ask people to subscribe unless they like what they see, and if they subscribe, I know chances are they'll probably watch more videos. And so yes, just like growth. That'd be nice. So.
Cool. So we're at Ultra Assembly. What have you bought?
Just to make toys visualizers. That's all I've bought. I'm more than happy with those.
So when's the review going up?
Winding now.
That's all I've bought. I came here this year because it's the last Auto Assembly. It'll probably be my last UK convention, and I love the social side of it. I love the fact that you can go and just sit in the bar having a chat with people. And I sat out there having my lunch earlier on. I was watching people. They're just bringing in like Combinables, Devastators, and just messing about with them on tables and mistransforming like Apollyon and stuff. And it's the social side of it is fantastic. So yeah, I didn't come here to buy. I came here. I wanted to get a Kronos. Nobody seems to have one because they've all fallen apart. That's fair dues. I may get the new Fans Project's Whoop. Is it Vola? Vola. I like the look of him. They're good. They're not trying to be G1. A lot of the companies now are trying to make a G1 representation. They're completely different. They're just look at us, we've got little dudes riding. It's like Dino Riders. So,
we are old.
Yeah. if I happen to, I've got a few bits on the sales sales. If make a little bit of money off that, maybe I'll purchase one of them. But other than that, I'm happy just to socialise, I think.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to throw you to the baying crowds, and does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, you ever thought of doing a co-review with anyone?
I would love to. I really would. The trouble is, my reviews, because you get some of the British guys like you. He's there. He's in front of us. We can see him. I have hands. That's literally all you. I'm waiting for people to look over to my arms and go, "Oh, that's Ben. That's Ben from BensCollectables." And I'm far too serious in my videos and everything. Yeah, I'm passionate and everything, but I don't have like if you watch like Brad. I can't think of Brad's channel. He's going to kill me.
Exilian XLR.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. He is one of the most entertaining people I have ever watched. Even like Vangelis as well. Extremely well scripted, comical, and it's entertaining. You know, I don't know if I work like that. I'd love to do like co-hosting and stuff like that. And like Ages 3 and Up. They're the Canadian-based store. They've got their own channel now, don't they? And they do talking about the figure, and they do a hands-on. I'd love to do something like that. That I would love to do. Then there's no. I'll be the kid in the corner. No, stop touching now. Stop. That's enough. And it's definitely something I'd like to do in the future, but whether that would work practically, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I'd probably do like a co-beard blog. That'd be fun. We could just sit there braiding each other's beards and stuff like that.
I don't think mine's that long enough. You better off asking Dave for that.
There's plenty of beards around.
There's plenty of beards around.
Plenty.
Hipsters.
Okay. Any other? Yeah.
So I know you're leaving these sunny isles,
Yes.
and you've sold a lot of your stuff. Have you sold everything?
No, I haven't sold everything.
If you had to sell everything but one figure, what would that figure be and why? I know, tough question.
Oh, full on desert island disc.
Yeah, exactly. What's the
Just in
one
case the
thing? What do you
calendar
got to
has
keep?
room for one.
Carrie, because none of you have him.
Really?
Bastard. No, in all honesty, probably Carrie. Carrie or Leonidas. So, Carrie, just because I had Dakara Rodimus, and although they do have the same designer back, don't they? I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was fragile, and people criticise third parties now, but they forget how long Takara has been going for, and they gave us MP09, wasn't it? Yeah.
And MP5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and MP5. But I think Carrie is. I mean, I got criticised because I was throwing it against the wall in my review. But I just it's literally so well made. Everything, considering he pretty much origami wise, he just unfolds into his alt mode. When everything is tabbed in together, he is solid as a rock, and that's what you want from a figure. Is that you want a solid as a rock. You want a good, if heaven forbid your shelf falls down, something like, or his shelf dives, you don't want it to snap. I mean, I love the Planet X figures, I really do. But my Summonus fell off the shelf when I was doing the Quirinus video, and his tail was obliterated. It absolutely obliterated. It's my own fault. I kind of posed him like that, and that's but
Pre-shelf dive.
but I mean that wouldn't happen with
Karen.
Carrie. No, that he was probably would dented the floor. So, but yeah, so it'd just be me, Carrie, and possibly Wilson, just sitting on the desert island. So.
So hang on, Carrie's pretty much the Nokia of third-party Transformers.
He is the Nokia 3310.
Damn.
He is just there'll be Carrie, the Nokia 3310, and
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris left at the end of the world. Yeah. Any other questions?
You said about the third parties and knockoff companies, what you think. What do you think about the companies like Weijang who are taking Hasbro figures, upgrading them, and re-releasing them on their own?
Yeah, it's. I mean, some don't get me wrong. I've played with a couple, and some of them are pretty good. But again, they are literally just ripping off somebody else's toy. Like a lot of the ones on toys at the moment, they're doing like the upscale Dinobots, and they're adding die-cast and that to them. I wouldn't suggest anybody lick the paint because I can't guarantee that it's not highly toxic. But it's the same as Wukong. They've just bootlegged the Warbatron figures. They fixed all of the faults. They've released it. The plastic quality is exactly the same, and they're releasing it under the Hasbro names. So I China don't care.
Well, you know how the system works out there. If you've got a company in China and you're releasing stuff domestically in China, you've got intellectual property protection in China. If you are a big American company and you're just using China as your factory, they don't give a shit about that. So if you want China to protect your intellectual property, you've got to invest in China.
So let them sell your product within China.
Yeah.
So
That's why you got all the Asia exclusives now. It's because Hasbro is starting to release stuff in China, so they've got that presence there.
there you go. You learn new things every day. So, but to answer your question, people might collect them because sometimes they scale better. Like some of the Dinobots, Hasbro gave us the Dinobots. I think you got the set recently, didn't you, with the G1,
Yeah.
the G1 heads and everything on them, and the colours. But people were saying, oh, they didn't quite scale right. These knockoff companies, they were listening. They were listening. People were saying, okay, we'd really buy them if they were bigger. They're like, okay, we're just going to borrow one of these for a second, reverse engineer it, and make it bigger. Is that okay? And whatever floats your boat. If you want to put them in your display and you want things to be scale junky wise and you want them to be right, then I've got nothing against people buying them, but obviously Hasbro are not going to make any money off it, are they? But quality wise, some of them are really good. So, did that kind of answer the question?
Okay. Any more questions? Okay. Last
Yeah,
one.
you clearly like the sort of the chunk aesthetic, to give it a name. Is there a cut-off point? Obviously, you really like Leonidas.
Yeah.
Now, Leonidas and Carrie are two very different figures
Very
in terms of posability.
Yeah.
Is there a sweet point in the middle for you, or are they two separate entities?
I don't see Leonidas as a transformer at all. I literally just
It's
see
an
him
action
as an
figure.
action figure. I have the Sentinel or Sentinel, Iron Man Extremis, and that's gorgeous. That's a fantastic figure. But I see Leonidas in the same branch as them, just high end, kind of like the 3A figures and stuff like that. I do like the chunkies. It's robust, and yes, unfortunately they are two separate entities.
Yeah, because you've got some of the figures like the MMC figures, the Azalea and things like that. They're kind of that kind of go-between. How do you feel about them? What do you think about those figures?
I like the look of them. I mean, but again, I personally wouldn't use them as Transformers as such. I think they've kind of started off, especially with her, I think they've started off with an action figure in mind and then put a car backpack as such. I mean, there's a lot going into design and a heck of a lot, but that's kind of how I see it. I just see it as an action figure with a backpack. And
Okay. Well, Ben, thank you for taking this time out of Auto Assembly to come and talk to us.
thank you for having me.
Good luck in Canada, and we'll see you anon.
Thank you everybody for coming.
Thank you.